Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jeremy here at ExtremeWeatherTracker.com, updating your tropical weather at 1:30 p.m. on July the 29th, 2011. I want to talk about the tropical weather here in the Atlantic Basin. As you can see, we still have Tropical Dawn located just off the South Texas coast. We also have another area of disturbed weather in the southern Caribbean, and we also have Invest 91L here approaching the Lesser Antilles Islands, which is in this area here. So we got three features to talk about today. We'll go ahead and dive right into Dawn. Let's show you a satellite image of Dawn. If I can get it to pull up here. Here we go. As you can see, the majority of the convection is still located to the south of Dawn. Dawn's center is somewhere in this area here, tracking off to the west-northwest. Do feel like Dawn will make landfall somewhere just south of the Corpus area. So the main impact for the rain, with all the convection being to the south, is going to be South Texas into northeastern Mexico. So the majority of Texas, although while they will get some rain up in this area here, I believe the majority of the rain will stay to the south, although it is much needed up here in the central part of Texas. You can also see on the satellite imagery that there are feeder bands reaching out as far as southeast Texas, southwest Louisiana at this time. Now I'll show you the satellite imagery. As you can see on the satellite loop here, these bands, strong bands of tropical rain that's moving into southeast Texas now. We got another band approaching southwest Louisiana, and these will all feed through our area throughout the evening. You can also see what I was talking about on the satellite imagery. You can see the center of Dawn located here. We now have Dawn on the radar just off the South Texas coast, and Dawn will move slowly off to the north and west and impact the South Texas coast. But like I was saying, you can see most of the rain bands and the convection are here on the south side, moving into northeastern Mexico up around to the Brownsville area. So we'll, like I said, the main part of the convection will go, and the rain will be well to the south of Dawn's center. Now moving on, this is Dawn's forecast track. As you can see, the center of Dawn initiated out in here. This was as this morning, and some of the models were run at the 12 o'clock hour, and you can see the center takes Dawn in this west-northwest fashion, more west really than anything. And Dawn is definitely feeling the effects of this high pressure system that I told you. Actually, it's a little further north here, setting up over this area here, and keeping Dawn on a more west-northwesterly track. Just south of the Corpus area, the consensus is Corpus is somewhere in this area here, so you can see where the models all take it in just south of there. But like I was saying, the main areas of convection will be to the south of Dawn toward Brownsville and into northeastern Mexico. Dawn is still at 50 miles per hour. A little bit of strengthening may be possible, but he is very close to landfall, so I wouldn't expect much more than a 50-mile-per-hour tropical storm out of Dawn. There is a possibility on the eastern side of the storm. Some of these stronger bands could get some isolated tornadoes, but this will be a main rain event for South Texas. I want to move on and talk about this is the tropical weather outlook for the Atlantic Basin. You can see Dawn over here off of Texas, and this is our Invest that got named this morning, Invest 90L. As you can see, very large tropical wave, and there is a center somewhere in this area here. You can see kind of some banding features in here. This thing is wanting to kind of spin up, and it definitely entering an environment. This environment in here is definitely favorable for development right now. Shear is relatively low, and waters are plenty warm enough to support this area as it moves off to the west-northwest and just skirts the north of the islands. I'll show you the model tracks for 91L. Here's the model tracks. As you can see, the center back in here, and all the models are in pretty good agreement for about 72 hours, taking it off to the northern Lesser Antilles Islands, north of Puerto Rico, and toward the north of Cuba. As you can see, once you get out this far, which is many days away, there's a pretty good spread on what ends up happening with Dawn. Some keep it further west and bring it into the Gulf. A couple want to recurve it, but we'll end up seeing what's happening. The models are very unreliable at this point, way out there in the time frame. So we'll keep it moving west-northwest for at least the first 72 hours, and I wouldn't be surprised to see a development. What's going to be interesting to see is if we get this named before July ends, that will mean 5 named storms before August, which is which is quite a lot. And the next named storm will be Emily. If we can get this to ramp up somewhere in this area here, it'll be named Emily. So we'll have to keep an eye on it, see what ends up happening. Once again, talk about this area disturbed weather here. Some of the models are picking up on it. Hasn't been named yet, hasn't been recognized by the NHC. It is drifting off to the north and west, and we'll see what happens with it. I don't expect a whole lot of development, as there is some shear out in this area of the world. So we'll end up seeing what happens with that. But I think our main focus should be on this little critter here. The National Hurricane Center has it at 30%. There's also, what you can't see, another wave coming off of Africa right now that the models are also trying to develop. So what I'm trying to say is definitely this pattern is favoring development over the next few days. The next couple of weeks, the 1st of August, we really ramp up what we call the Cape Verde season. These are the Cape Verde Islands. And the waters get warm enough out in this area of the world to support tropical development. So we'll start seeing storms spin up out here and then start moving to the west. So definitely this is the time of year where we start getting these long range systems, and they have plenty of time to ramp up before they get into this area of the world and start impacting the United States. So once again, we'll just have to keep an eye on everything. I think this will be my last advisory on Don. He should be moving inland over the next 12 to maybe 15 hours. He should move into South Texas. So we shouldn't have to worry about Don other than some beneficial rainfall for southeast Texas. So we're going to be focusing on 91L in the upcoming blogs. And I just wanted to let everyone know we do have a domain name now. You can visit us on the web at www.extremeweathertracker.com. That's XTREME weathertracker.com. So you don't have to go to the blog spot anymore. We do have a domain name now, so it's a .com. Extreme Weather Tracker with no E on the front, .com. So hope you all visit our site and check everything out. We have some new graphics posted. You can find all of these models that I've been posting, as well as the National Hurricane Center's forecast right there on the website. Anyway, hope you guys have a great afternoon. Hope this is keeping you guys informed, and we'll see you on the next update. You have a great afternoon.